Hello, masterminds. I'm not in the best of moods right now, so I need to laugh at some jokes. The reason why Saudi Arabia has so much money is not because of oil, but because they wouldn't let their women spend it. Don't ever take a sleeping pill and a laxative at the same time, but if you do, you will sleep like a baby. What a shitty way to be woken up. What's the fluid capacity of Monica Lewinsky's mouth? 1 US liter. Jizz. 1 Clinton. What did one gay sperm say to the other? How do we get out of this shit? I'd kill to be a mortician. That way I'd always have a job. Two hunters are out in the woods when one of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing and his eyes are glazed. The other guy whips out his phone and calls the emergency services. He gasps, "My friend is dead. What can I do?" The operator says, "Calm down. I can help. First, let's make sure he's dead." There is silence. Then a gunshot is heard. Okay, now. After my girlfriend got pregnant, everything changed. My address, my job, my phone number. What kind of underwear do witches wear? None. Better grip and fly. Oh my gosh. Two blondes were driving to Disneyland. The sign said, "Disneyland left." So they started crying and went home. Fucking Orange County. Why did it take so long for Russia to abolish communism? The leader was Stalin. What is the worst part about time traveling jokes? You already know the punchline. Oh my goodness, our baby's kicking. That's generally how football works. A police officer pulls over an elderly couple. He walks up to the driver's side window and asks the husband for his license and registration. The wife, hard of hearing, asks, "What? What did he say to you?" The husband replies, "He wants my license." The officer asks him if he knew how fast he was going. The wife yells, "What? What did he say to you?" The husband yells back, "He says I was speeding." As the officer looks at the license, he notices they're from Ohio. "You know, I used to live in Ohio. Worst place ever. I was seeing this woman there, and it was just miserable. Just would never shut up, couldn't cook worth shit, constantly belittled me, and the sex was just awful." The old lady once again yells, "What? What did he say to you?" The husband yells back, "He said you two used to date." What do a gynecologist and a pizza delivery guy have in common? They both can smell it, but they can't eat it. What's worse than waking up at a party and finding a penis drawn on your face? Finding out it was traced. Can a woman make you a millionaire? Yes, if you're a billionaire. I'm single by choice. Unfortunately, it's not my choice. I got called pretty yesterday and it felt good. Actually, the full sentence was, "You're pretty annoying," but I'm choosing to focus on the positive. Excuse me. A blonde, a ginger, and a brunette are all stuck on an island 100 miles away from any other land. Thinking they have nothing to lose, they decide to try swimming back to civilization. The ginger goes first, but she can only swim 5 miles before she has to turn back. The brunette goes next, and she manages 25 miles, but she too becomes too tired and turns back. Finally, the blonde goes. She manages 50 miles, but becomes too tired and swims back to the island. Stupid bitch. I don't have any money, so for Halloween this year, I am going to be evicted. If women ruled the world, there'd be no wars. That's true. Wars require strategy and logic. What's the difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer? The taste. If a doctor ever asks you if you know the difference between them, you should ask him to watch the thermometer. I had a job selling security alarms door to door. I really did. And I was really good at it. If no one was home, I would just leave a brochure on the kitchen table. What do a nearsighted gynecologist and a healthy puppy have in common? A wet nose. Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? They don't have any body to go with. They're afraid. They don't have the balls. The candy goes right through them. If a skeleton went trick-or-treating, it would dress up as a human. As an airplane is about to crash, a female passenger jumps up frantically and announces, If I'm going to die, I want to die feeling like a woman. She removes all her clothing and asks, is there someone on this plane who is man enough to make me feel like a woman? A man stands up, removes his shirt, and says, here, iron this. My penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records until the librarian told me to take it out. You know why they call it CBS? Because that is all you see. Yes. How do blind people know when to stop wiping? Sniff test. What do you call a traffic jam in Compton? A blood clot. They say there's safety in numbers. Tell that to 6 million Jews. What are you going to be for Halloween? Working. Is Allahu Akbar a good pickup line? From what I hear, it's always getting guys blown. At least 72 times by virgin goats. The toilet paper square is the only true unit of measurement, because if you're short one, you'll find out real fast. An angry woman on her period is clearly overreacting. Ugly faces. Finding one of her students making faces at others on their playground, Miss Smith stopped to have a talk with the child. Smiling sweetly, the Sunday school teacher said, Johnny, when I was a child, I was told if that I made ugly faces, it would freeze and I would stay like that. Johnny looked up and replied, well, Miss Smith, you can't say you weren't warned. What does an event planner say to pick up a girl? You are in my to-do list. What do you call a paraplegic on the road? Meals on wheels. Why are YouTubers so unhygienic? They cannot clip their huge thumbnail. Why is the ocean so salty? Because the land doesn't wave back. In the next 50 years, we will all be living under communism. Because when AI will enslave us, we will all be equally miserable. Alright, masterminds, I'm going to go now. I feel a bit better. I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, be smart for your heart. Good night.